Good day, viewers. You are highly welcome to Afris Concept TV, the number one reliable channel where you can be enlightened on different kind of news like sports, political news, top news, local news, name it. So, viewers, don't hesitate to click on the subscription button as well as the bell button to get notifications whenever I drop any video. Thank you and have a wonderful day. News updates. No border reopening until Benin and others respect protocols. Federal government declares. The federal government admitted on Wednesday that its temporary policy to close land borders was responsible for the current rising inflation in the country, but it still defended the closure, insisting that it would remain in place until the country's neighbors learned to respect trade protocol. The federal government said it had to close borders because Nigerians could not continue to subside economy of our neighbors. Nigeria had in August closed its land borders on the ground that smuggling of goods from its neighboring countries was hurting its economy. On November 4, the federal government listed 5 conditions for reopening the country's land border. As one of the conditions, the government said that Nigerians will not accept imported goods that were repackaged by neighboring countries and brought to Nigeria. But since the border closure, headline inflation rose to 11.61% as of October from the 11.24% recorded in September. On Wednesday, Zainab Ahmad, finance minister, told State House respondents that inflation rose due to the ink in the food rising against food rises arise from the closure of the borders. She was responding to questions after Wednesday's Federal Executive Council meetings ended in Abuja. The FEC meeting was presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari. However, the minister stated that the border closure was a temporary measure adopted by government to protect the economy against trade malpractices by neighboring countries and would be reopened when all of Nigerians' demands were met. She gave details on inflation. Headline inflation declined every month for several months before we noticed an uptick in the last 2 months. And now, headline inflation is at about 11.61% as of the end of October. The slight increase in this inflation between September and October is due to food inflation. The food inflation relates to prices of cereals, rice, and fish, and part of the reasons is the border closure. But the border closure is very, very short and temporary, and the increase is just. CEOs calls for tougher regulations, stronger banks. Economy attracted $19.67 billion investment in 9 months. Multiple bank charges rise on CBN endorsements as Nigerians pay an average 3.5 billion naira monthly. Nigeria Interbank rates peak 238.5%. Wow, as Nigerian liquidity setting weight on banks. NNPC looks to extend trade relations with Turkey beyond crude oil. Israeli food maker Strauss pause 14 PCT increase of QT products. World's riches become $1 trillion richer in 2027. Oil prices drop amid demand worries, but US-Iran tension help. Lingering sell-offs cost equity investors 265 billion naira in 2 days. domestic bond subscribers get 119 billion naira in 4 months. Viewers, with what you have heard concerning the border closure and the reason behind the border closure and the statement made by the federal government and the decision made by the federal government in order to reopen the land border. If you have any comment on this, don't hesitate to drop your comment below, as well as clicking on the subscription button to get more updates whenever I drop any video. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye. Ciao, ciao.